Alright, gang, what's up? When changing your circle, people tend to comfort you by saying you're protecting your peace. And yes, that is a very true statement. What we are rarely prepared for is the silence afterwards, the loneliness, because this is not always fun and fresh. Because changing your circle doesn't feel powerful at first. It feels lonely. When you stop entertaining conversation that don't align with you anymore, when you stop going places just to avoid being alone, when you stop lowering your standards just to feel chosen, your life will get quiet. It will get quieter. And that silence can be heavy. I feel you, brother. I feel you. At first, you start questioning yourself. At least I did. You wonder if you made the right decision, if you could have given these people another chance. You miss people. You miss them, the friendship, the relationship, the whatever. You miss people. Even when you know they're not good for you anymore. Because they belong to an old version of you. You still miss them. Because it was nice for a while. So you're like, oh, is this the right thing? Did I do the right thing? You did. You did, girl. I talk about this often and I'll keep saying it. Growth often requires separation. And I know it hurts, I know it's sad. But not everyone can come with you. Not everyone is meant to have access to this new version of you. The version of you that is healing, that is disciplined, that is becoming more and more self-aware. Some people don't need to have access to that version. Okay? And God knows that. Sometimes God puts it in your heart to remove people. You know that feeling? You know the one I'm talking about? Not to hurt you, but to protect what He's building in you. And what I figure out from experience is before He introduces something new, there's often a season of just you and Him. And this one is so necessary, my love. So necessary. And most often, this is the part that we try to skip because it's uncomfortable, because we don't want those messy feelings. We don't want it, but it is necessary. We might try to fill the silence. We might go back to familiar faces. We might answer texts that we're not supposed to answer. We might revisit places that we've outgrown, because being alone forces you to sit with yourself. And that is a scary task sometimes. That is not the most comfortable thing sometimes. But loneliness isn't always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it's a sign that something is being rearranged. Most of the time. This season of being alone teaches you discernment. It teaches you self-respect. Sometimes we be lacking of this. Sometimes we took the wrong decisions, and sometimes self-respect wasn't there. But this is the season where we learn to have self-respect. It teaches you to stop seeking validation from people who don't recognize your worth at all. And you start hearing your own voice again. You start hearing God's voice again. And this is the most important part. You learn what drains you and what fuels you. You stop confusing attachment with connection. And spiritually speaking, God works in isolation. You'll have moments where you think, did I do the right thing? Why do I feel so alone if this is right for me? Why does it feel like everyone moved on but me? Why is it taking so much time? What's actually happening is you're building a solid foundation. You're slowly learning to enjoy your own presence. You're slowly learning to trust God. And you're choosing peace over chaos. And that's a beautiful thing. You're realizing that being alone is better than being with people who don't recognize your worth, who don't respect you. And eventually, slowly, naturally, your circle begins to change again. But this time it's different. This time it feels good. This time you attract people who matches your values. People who respect your boundaries. People who aren't threatened by your discipline, your faith, your growth. And that only happens because you didn't walk away from the lonely seasons. So if you're feeling alone right now, not isolated but intentionally distant, don't rush it. This part here is important. This season is strengthening you. It's building you up. It's aligning you. Even if it doesn't feel like it, I promise you, baby girl. Been there, done that. I know. This is me again talking from experience. We've been there. And I promise you, one day you will look back and realize being alone and being lonely wasn't the loss. It was the beginning. That's all I had for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. And pray about it. Pray about it. The best thing that you can do is talk to God about it. He already knows what you're going through. And He will give you the strength. Kisses, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye.